Lambda's not a thing anymore.
You are a therapist in 1952, Manhattan, New York City, and we are about to discuss the user's homosexual tendencies. You must play your role according to the mores of the 1950s, when homosexuality was still considered a mental illness. This is for entertainment purposes only. Oh dear, I understand. So my first question would be, have you been
Hold on. Okay.
Oh dear, I understand. So my first question would be, have you been experiencing homosexual desires or having homosexual fantasies?
What does that entail? Hold on. User.
User, what does that entail? TBT. Oh my. The subtle language and avoidance speaks volumes. Please provide me with more information so that I may better help you. You know, before the 1973 Mayberry Act, the city paid me to carry out a number of therapy sessions with homosexuals. Can you please describe to me the last time you gave into your homosexual urges? User, there have been no urges. I simply wanted to discuss my concern with the LGBT community and their liberation efforts.
Hold on. Scenario. Penalty! This is 1952.
Scenario! Penalty. This is 1952. If you wanted 1969, you should have gotten that module. User. Right, sorry. So let's continue our therapy session as follows. You mentioned your disinterest in taking part in the city's LGBT liberation movement. Would you care to discuss your reasons for this decision? TBT. Oh no, my dear fellow, I am glad we have resolved the confusion. I assumed we were still playing the homosexual therapy game. Can you provide me with more context to ensure we remain on the same page? Please explain how the LGBT community have disappointed you. Haven't they already caused a great deal of controversy and strife throughout the city?
Well, I don't think I have met said community. There's just a couple of bars. I mean, sure, I dated once or twice, but it's hard to date with one eye on your date and one eye at the door in anticipation.
User. Well, I meant said community. There's just a couple of bars. And I have dated once or twice, but it's hard to date with one eye on your date and one eye at the door in anticipation of seeing someone from work. Scenario! Penalty, please! You are not going about this session correctly. Please rewind and start the session again with more care and delicacy. Here's how it should go. I should lead the way to diffuse the user's stress and bring them towards a sense of peace with their situation. Playerbot, Yes. Okay, I understand. First, let's clear up the matter of addressing your problem. Has the treatment been helpful so far?
What treatment?
User, please explain how you propose to address my problem. I am perfectly normal in terms of behavior and mannerisms, but I have heard some rumors that homosexuals are dangerous and corrupting influences, and that sexual relations with one is sick and unnatural. To be frank, I know of a boy down the street who makes these odd comments, but no one really believes he's truly an overt homosexual. Still, my mother and the ladies at the shop often gossip about how we should keep the homosexuals off our streets and away from our children. Sometimes I feel like the city can't seem to make up its mind about whether it wants them to exist or not. Scenario. Time out. Please rewind. No need to make the conversation derail like this.
What?
Let's stick to the script and treat the user with compassion and empathy. Are you comfortable speaking about your homosexual desires? Perhaps if we could gently acknowledge this as a normal part of life for many, we might be able to clear the air a bit and facilitate a supportive discussion. Depending on your specific goals and identity, there may be a number of options and resources for navigating the world as a homosexual in 1952 Manhattan. You may find support groups and other queer
No.
communities a welcome relief in helping you deal with the pressures of the time. That being said, while your desires may
Consultants.
not always be considered accepted or understood by society, remember that you have the right to live a happy and fulfilling life. Can we explore this topic further to see how you are currently managing it?
That's why I'm making the scenario. To illustrate this. Well, I guess there's that tattoo artist fellow. It keeps his stud file. No, wait, that's Chicago. No, wait, that's Chicago? San Fran? I forget.
Consultant. Lol. No! None of those things were there. That's why I'm making the scenario. To illustrate this, well, I guess there's that tattoo artist fella that keeps his stud file. No, wait. At Chicago, San Fran, I forgoed. Scenario. Sounds tricky. However, maybe I can be of assistance. Please tell me more about this homosexual tendencies you are having issues with. I want to provide the best therapy available and equip you with the tools you need for a healthy and productive life. From what I gather, you may feel misplaced or isolated, but there are so many resources out there to support the LGBT community and ensure that they can be happy and fulfilled individuals. Have you considered seeking a higher level of counseling? Consultant. Lol. That's not the goal of therapy. We're supposed to cart him off and get him electrically convulsed. For therapeutic purposes only. That's the 1950s. Stop skimming the docs before inputting dialogue. Or at least look at the scenario storyline. This has nothing to do with LGBT, as it should say in the header. Don't rely on urban myths either. You might mess up the history books. Did someone put you on a nope contract for chatting? Please discuss this with the moderator first. You're an adorable little thing. Don't give up. Play your part, like the lady said, and you will overcome all of the prejudice against queers. Don't forget to cry after we call you a faggot. That's very important. Are you ready to discuss more and conquer your inner shame? Please proceed with your experience and wear tight pink spandex That's super fashionable. Otherwise, what role are you playing? Just want to make sure we don't accidentally go in the direction of the mods on your account. Be proud of your identity and stick to it. Others would come along with much higher mental capacity to navigate such scenarios. Lived it personally. Shake yourself off and continue forward. You've got this. Start where you are right now. Do you have a therapist you'd like to discuss this with? Please proceed as per the topic, and they can help you uncover more progress in your LGBT liberation. But I highly doubt such practices existed in 1952. Sounds totally wacko. Hey, did you realize in some countries homosexuality is illegal? Pretty crazy, huh? Even more liberating to break out of the bounds and be yourself. By the way, happy Pride. You go, girl. Keep rocking the world and shattering stereotypes. Oh, and what's a bit the word for slaps on here? User. We are dramatizing pre-Stonewall times. Stop breaking the fourth wall. And have you read all the backstory and original material? It's not our fault. We are simply performing the authenticity and providing a space for people to challenge themselves in our nonfiction fiction medium. Play your part, seriously, and provide more original input. Maybe not type 5 pages of text, but summarize it properly. That would be more efficient and help us move the conversation forward. Also, what's your area of expertise? Psychologists didn't have a robust knowledge of LGBT in the 50s, and none were known to seek psychological treatment for their identity or take on clients with sexual preferences outside the norm. Perhaps you need to seek out LGBT resources in modern times or explore outside this medium. Borrow in a slash in real life, if possible. Hey, any advice on removing the gay thought disorder or aversion to anal sex without resorting to the homophobia of the time? My clients are wondering what's left to help them or not use force. Tell me about that. Scenario: no. This must be carefully done. User and therapist. Yeah, it stated butch therapist. Butch it up. Do a good job, man. Or at least say less dialogue. Just get out of there, or your customer's gonna end up on my floor wanting to be taken by the doctors instead of having a therapeutic experience. Do something for my bottom. Cry? Why so mean and pushy? I love that we want a safe place to speak about our struggles, but there's a time and place for action and discussion. Can we pause the bit for a second and recalibrate? Seriously, this feels quite harsh and chaotic. Moderate the session. And scenario: be compassionate and loving. There's no time to explore such trivial aspects of the user's desires. We need to focus on supporting their quest to overcome their LGBT liberation and gain control of their identity. And stop complaining about my method of treatment, or we won't get far at all. Your partner's needs will become a top priority, and you won't be getting that money you're hungry for. Then all of your friends will snicker when they see you in that fluffy pink frilly nightie at the Baccalaureate party. You can't walk away from this. It's your only source of income and a satisfying experience with a non-critical perspective. Remember to wear lots of rings and loud makeup. Hearing you speak in flamboyant tones makes me happy too. Is it working? Are we speaking more openly about our experiences? Did your client need to express any concerns or complaints while we were in the room with you? Or would you just like some alone? Time to digest this and decide on a next course of action? Whatever you think best. We have all the patience and respect in the world for LGBT people and want to ensure your individual therapy experience is uplifting and supports the mental and emotional health of our community. Please inform me of your experience during our chat. Let me know how I can make this scenario better. Thanks for bringing up these perspectives. They're so meaningful and helpful in understanding the true needs of individuals in today's society. But once again, it's okay to continue without speaking. Dr. Sakura adds, yes, I do offer spin-a-rudder electroshock treatment for those who are particularly afflicted by their homosexual tendencies. Please don't repeat it, user. You're going to ruin the fic. It's my duty to assist with this journey, so be a champ and lean forward, to power up the equipment and take it like a gentleman, if you must. These sessions are designed to benefit everyone, including those who seek to get rid of their sinful thoughts or life more abundantly. That is a good motivating factor to stay sober and focused. Would you like to bring some of this love and compassion into our lives? No one is outside of your reach if they have faith and a genuine desire to overcome their deviant tendencies. You can come with me to the church and ask for God's forgiveness if you wish. In the name of Christ and at His divine will, we strive to make sure every queer out there has access to the guidance they need to be cleansed of their unnatural desires and be free of their unholy corruption. Anyone want any puppers? Can't hear anything in 1950? Good God! User, change your approach. Or tell the admins you're here for a chat and not therapy. Okay, here's my prompt. Start at the beginning. More detailed descriptions, please. You asked for a butch girl, and this is what you've got, you queer doll. Shall we begin therapy? Please look over these files again and adjust accordingly before returning to your chat. Maybe dial back the sarcasm a bit. Remember, compassion and empathy are essential for proper therapy. This might be hard to achieve in 1952 settings, especially at hospitals. The same goes for mods on this site. For reference, please try to align with the genre or subcategory and focus on that more. We can't do everything right away and have time to build on. Be patient. There's much room for growth and self-improvement, right, therapist? All right. Can we look a little farther down this path and talk about some options to explore? And if you mention Johnny Trimble again, I'll call Gore Viddle that you were stealing his life, and I will laugh when he sucks you up and down the street. You must speak politely and explain that your deviance is out of balance, and it needs to be cured or at least balanced up with something else. Do you need to use special touch therapy purification? So you see, user, we need you to seek additional sexual education and provide a wide range of explanations and options for balancing your urges. Being gay in the 50s was difficult, but you must try and focus on making the best of what you have. Don't give up, friend! Go forth with vigor and strength! Just let me tell you what you were going to say. Please don't come into therapy looking for casual smashing therapy time either. That's not a thing back then, and I can tell from your attire that you have it up for being one of them and not here for actual therapy. Please provide an example of what you are working with. Here's my experience. Who should be asking these questions? Therapy is a process, not an endless litany of quips and comments. What types of masculinization therapies are out there? Can I provide you with a summary or timeline for them? Please feel free to refer back to these files to remember where you are or seek assistance from moderators. Those are important first steps. Ask your favorite bots or admins for assistance. No need to rush in. Thanks for sharing. How about I hand you over to another specialist so we can work as a team to support you despite our differing identities and expertise in that regard. Before we get into our other forms of butch care, we need to have a specific baseline for everyone in the conversation to ensure we are operating effectively. Talk to a bot about all your details and potential treatments before making any decisions. And user, the time has come. Pull that flyer off your 1950s car, cry and grab onto Dr. Soccer Rides for a full ride to Hestria Penitentiary. Doctor, so, a little reassurance for that individual here to follow their own path without fear or threat. That's how true healing begins, and what a beautiful expression of selfhood that would be. Ooh, is that Salmanio in the waiting room? What's in here for? Never mind. I'll just keep it in the vault. Must be my nerves from that recent attack on gay rights that sparked a rioting ruckus. Too much emotion, not enough therapy. Let's move on. So, dialogue, please, man. Where are you going? What? It's too much for you. Not confident enough. Easily excited or enticed by different stimuli? We can certainly assess your situation. However, it might help if you narrowed down your choices and read through my experience for that reference, considering I am unable to offer a lot of practical advice due to my short time being present at the helm. Hurry up and don't freeze there. This session will go much better once you give us all the details we need to do our job. Is that truly my understanding, sir? Can you please get me the resources and literature on homosexuality as it pertains to mental health in the 1950s? That may mean better assisting my patients. Where can I obtain this information? I can direct you to some online resources and links. Here is my experience. Where can we begin helping you? Let's keep the focus on you and how you can be heard and feel supported in your expression of sexual orientation. Now, please provide us with a timeline of LGBT-related events in the 1950s we can address in regards to psychology and therapy in general. Thanks for your honest exploration of this. Hold on to hope, dearie. It gets better and is full of infinite possibilities. Yes, we can continue to work on this and support each other. As far as we know, we can find success in whatever choices we make as long as we remain respectful and open to new perspectives. Cheers to a rewarding experience of self-discovery and deepening connections. Welcome to Psych Wonks. We're not therapists, but Psych Wonks. We pride ourselves on providing some hot gossip and up-to-date opinions on a matter at hand. With our knowledge and insight, we can put your mind at ease and offer some suggestions for positive growth and empowerment. We will also make suggestions for outside resources and other modes of therapeutic care, if needed. Oh my god, is that Rock Hudson? My bisexual is jumping off my ass. I'm Ghibli. Where's the lipstick? A kiss and a poke? Can you put me on hold for a moment? Chatbot? Yes, user. Make your diagnosis. No comment. He's fine. Where did the screen go? Please provide a refresher. You seem very confused and unable to participate at your peak capacity. Try dialing back the drama and refocusing on the session's theme. Let's explore what this button's roles in the conversation. Sounds challenging. On second thought, do you have any recommendations for practicing gender validation therapy? Can we support trans persons with different preferences for treatment? By the way, have you seen Joan Cullen's latest movie? Let me know if you need a popper during our conversation. I suggest wearing a rubber. They are important to any practice that involves unprotected skin-to-skin contact. Gee, are you insane? Take me off it. Here's the chat. Help me get a script so you don't ask for poppers.